friends, it's Melanie. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, we are getting in the Christmas spirit in October or whenever I post this. We're all crafters here. And I could see by the comments on my last video that you guys are even better gift givers and crafters than me, because a lot of you guys are already on top of your Christmas gifts. Honestly, posting that video kind of whipped me into shape because I was like, shoot, I'm talking about what I'm gonna make, but I'm not actually making anything yet. So today we're changing that. We are gonna be starting on some Christmas gifts. I keep talking about how I really want to try felting, and so I think that's going to be the main craft of this video. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. I hope that you're able to craft or get cozy or relax with me. As always, let me know in the comments what you're up to and if you've started your Christmas crafting and what you're making, because I still need ideas. But let's get straight into this video. So this morning I started more of my Christmas lists. I've been making a lot of list videos for YouTube and my other socials because I love coming up with ideas. Coming up with ideas is easy, it's fun, but now I need to come up with and kind of organize my thoughts on what I'm actually gonna make for people in my life, which is not as fun because coming up with the ideas is like, you get so inspired, you get so excited thinking of all these things, and then I realize like, I think I'm so ahead because it's October, but y'all, it's almost November. Like, I'm not as on top of it as I think I am. So I'm going to try to be realistic about what I can actually make, and we are gonna get a jump on it today. So I'm gonna start with writing out my plans for the people that I'm making certain gifts for. I'm also gonna be traveling a lot during this holiday season, so I don't know how realistic handmade gifts is gonna be for everybody, but we're gonna try. Let's get to the brainstorming. I feel like nothing's really set in stone until I like write it down, and that's what I've been putting off. So for real with you, I started looking at my list and I came to a little bit of a realization. I think the way that I like to do gifts, kind of bunching them together, like doing group gifts, so making like one thing for multiple people, or like at least in batches, like all my girlfriends one thing, parents one thing. I feel like it makes it more efficient, realistic maybe, I don't know. Also, if it's a good gift, it's like, oh, a lot of people can use it. Anyways, that was kind of my mindset, and I was making my list and I was realizing there's just one thing that I really want to make kind of everybody if it works. So this video is going to be about figuring out if I can make it work, and that one thing is felted slippers. Eventually I feel like I could separate it and do like slippers for guys and then do maybe like little bag or baskets for girls, but either way I just need to figure out this whole felting thing because I've never done it before. Luckily for me, I never opened this. I have a little bit of leftover wool yarn. This is literally from my very first knitting, not very first ever, but my first knitting project that I like took things seriously when I made a cloud sweater. So this yarn has been sitting here for I think over a year, and it's been intended for exactly this felted slipper project. But I did do a little looking. There is a felted slipper project. I think they're called like sailor slippers or something. They're striped, they're super cute, and I wouldn't want to buy that pattern and use it, but I think I'm gonna start off with a free YouTube tutorial that I'll of course link, just because I know absolutely nothing about felting. I've never knit socks before, literally don't know what I'm doing at all. So I've learned my lesson and I need to watch a video if I can. It will like save me so many tears. So we've learned, and we're gonna do that for this. Even if these don't turn out good, hopefully this yarn is the right type and enough to at least test out this whole felting thing, because y'all call me crazy, I am crazy, but I want to make like 6 pairs of these and a pair for myself. Well, the practice pair will probably end up being for myself. So frick, 6 pairs in like 2 months. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Anyways, we gotta get straight into this. All right guys, so it's a little bit later. I was watching a YouTube video on this girl making felted slippers, and it was actually really helpful because I was only able to find one free pattern that I was interested in, but it was all in German. But in the video, she was actually referencing that video and found a translation. So I will be able to also follow that translation. I will of course link the video and the translated pattern. It actually seems doable, but at the same time, I don't think I will be able to make as many as I wanted to. Like, I think I'm actually insane for thinking that I could ever make like 6 pairs of these in like 2 months. That was just silly and foolish on my part. So silly and foolish. But I didn't realize that you have to make an inner and outer lining, so it looks kind of silly. It will look something like this, and then I think you fold it in itself after felting so that it looks like this. You tuck it in itself, I guess. I'm still not quite sure, but I think the only way we can learn from this is by testing it out. So I pulled out my knitting needles. I'm gonna be using 5mm needles, basically all stockinette, and then you split it in half, do more stockinette, taper it off for the tips of the toes. But I could see this, like, once you get it down, being not that difficult. So we're just gonna have a go at it today. I'm actually very excited to knit. It's been a while. Let's cast on and get to our stockinette stitches. I didn't realize we're actually learning how to do something new to start this project off. Instead of doing typical cast on, I'm learning how to do something called Judy's magic cast on, which basically means that instead of making a tube, it'll already be seamed together so that I don't have to make a tube and then stitch it together. It'll already be connected. And I'm all for learning these new things. So I have a YouTube video pulled up and we're gonna learn how to do a Judy's magic cast on. I think I'm getting it, but like, I definitely need way more, oops, yarn than what I permitted myself, because I'm casting on 80, I should check that, 80 stitches. It's a lot of stitches. Okay, we can do it, we can do it. Start that video over. Okay, I think I got it. I'm feeling pretty good. I think we successfully did Judy's magic cast on. That video was awesome, by the way. She broke it down so well, so I'll link that. And now all I need to do is, I know this looks crazy, but I'm just gonna be doing stockinette in the round for 28 rounds, which you guys know I am a girl who loves to do some stockinette in the round. So I think this will be great and it will be the perfect mindless thing, and maybe it will make me feel a little overly ambitious because it'll be so fun and mindless. I won't be mad about that if that happens. Why am I getting like, it's been so long since I've knit, I forgot how fun it is. Frick, I should put a stitch marker on now before it gets too late. Guys, I have wanted to learn or try knitting socks for such a long time. I don't really know why I haven't done it. I guess part of my concern is that I won't actually use them because I feel like socks are so easily worn out that I wouldn't want to wear these delicate socks that I like hand knit. But I've wanted to make slippers for a long time also and try out felting. I don't know why it took me so long to actually take a go at it. Maybe because I already have slippers that I wear, and so I felt like I don't really need them. I just think they like look really cool, and I have always wanted to try felting. But now that holiday season has approached and I think this is such a good gift, I think it has resurfaced. I feel like slippers are super practical, but also there are some really dang cute slippers. So the goal is to be able to eventually know how to make these so well that I could make fun color combos or patterns for certain people. And honestly, I need to like not overshoot myself, so I think this would be a good thing even to learn now so that I can make them as gifts in the future. I also feel like this would be such a good gift for like little kids, like little kid slipper socks, you know? I think I did this cast on right, but it feels really strange. But I think part of that also is that my cable is a little bit too long, so it's looking kind of crazy. Okay, you guys know the drill. Now that we have the pattern somewhat down / now that we're just doing stockinette for the next however many hours, we're gonna post up on the couch, put on some YouTube, and get to knitting. washer going in the back. But I think I got this down. It's a little bit annoying because this is not the right size cable, so I have to maneuver it a lot as I go. Nonetheless, it is coming together. It's kind of cool. It's like seamless. I could see how this would be really helpful if I was making like a little bag or a pouch, but if you guys saw, I had like a little nub, definitely not the right word. I had a little nub of yarn left and I finished that off. I've probably been knitting for almost an hour total now, and I'm going to connect my big spool of yarn and just keep on working the way I do things. Which is probably not great, but I'm supposed to knit 28 rows and I know I won't reach that anytime soon. So I kind of just like knit with zero thoughts in my brain until it feels in my gut like I might be close to 28 rows, and then that's when I start counting and start marking it. But right now we're kind of just free for all. I'm just watching my YouTube and knitting away. So let's attach this yarn and keep it going. Update. I knit. You literally cannot tell what this is. Looks like a little sack right now. I knit enough stitches and we're now going to be separating it to make it kind of like a, I don't know, funky shape because it's the inside and the outside of the slipper. I've separated it, but you also can only kind of tell. I'm going to add on some stitches down the center so that we can kind of like section off of the sides, and that's going to be like the toe foot area. It's kind of making sense a little bit, but I'm actually thinking at this point, there's this pattern that I like. And specifically, I think it would work up faster because I think it uses thicker yarn, bigger needles, and then it's only one side versus this one. It's basically knitting a double-sided piece so that it's thicker. But I'm still excited to see how this turns out. But I realized as I'm filming this video, I've been working on this for maybe half a week. And guys, I just don't have that capacity for making gifts. That's gonna take forever. But that's my update. Last night I gave you a little update. We were watching a horror movie, which means I'm extra tied to my current project because I am a scaredy and I don't like looking at the screen. But that means I got quite a bit done. I was able to work up this base part until I think it was like 28 rows, and then you basically just split it off, add some stitches. You do a little bit of decreasing on each side and they're identical. It's gonna be kind of like arches, I guess. I did like 2 decreases along here, and then I think I'm just knitting stockinette for a while until this is long enough. But I feel like I can give you a little bit of a better visual now than I was able to last night. I can show you what it looks like laid out, but essentially once this fills out kind of like this, and this one will be a double, you're going to my understanding, push this one inside of the other so that it'll basically just be double lined. Instead of knitting 2 and putting one insert inside the other, they're just connected. So it'll look like stockinette stitch inside and out, which doesn't really matter because it'll be felted. Don't mind this project, it's been pretty simple other than the fact that my cables are too long, so I have to like fidget with it a lot. I guess I could buy smaller cables, I probably should. I think I need smaller needles too, like shorter needles, but it's been fine. So far, the project hasn't been difficult at all, but like I think I said last night, I am interested in trying other slipper patterns just because this one does seem like it takes a little longer to work up than if I were to use just like a thicker yarn. I already know what my next attempt is gonna be, but I just want to finish this so that I can try felting it. That's the exciting part. clearly tell what time of the day it is. I'm cozied up and I have some knitting updates for you. First off, these have been lifesavers because I've been bringing this project with me, which is why I have gotten, it's not even like so far on it, but I feel it's been working up relatively quickly. I'm over halfway done. I would be further, but the stupid thing is, I think I talked about this too, which makes it that much more embarrassing, but I was just mindlessly knitting because I had to do, I think 24 rows for like just this foot portion. I think I knit like almost double, and I didn't even notice like the foot was like 2 feet long. Yeah. So I had to undo a lot of it, which was just like a huge waste of time. But I don't know, at least it was just stockinette. I'm trying to be optimistic, but that was just a mistake on my part. I always like forget to bring stitch markers with me, and then I just use literally whatever I had. So I asked someone if I could borrow, well, take a hair elastic, but I usually use my rings, but this time I didn't want to use my rings because I wear my rings too. I'm almost at the part where I can finish the top of the toe off, and then you just do the exact same thing for the other side. It looks so weird. You'll be able to see the shape better once I take it off of the cable and off of the needles, but for the time being, it just looks like a funky little tube. Guys, the other thing that happened is last night, I hate to admit it, I ordered so much yarn. I ordered so much yarn to make more of these slippers. It has been a little bit, but we've fully tapered our first half of our first sock off. So I'm grabbing a needle to thread some yarn through the end, and then we'll be able to take it off of the needle. I think that's the end of this one at least. Satisfying part, but also the scary part. Hopefully I picked everything up properly. Looks so funny. This is my foot in it. I might as well weave in the ends while I'm here. No point in making my later self do that. I wouldn't really know, but I kind of assume that weaving in the ends isn't as big of a deal for felting just because it all gets felted together. So it doesn't matter if it looks seamless or not. So in anticipation for that, I'm gonna do world's ugliest woven in ends. Ta-da! Now we're just going to pick up all these stitches and the 6 extra stitches that we added on here, and then we're just gonna do the same thing all over again for the other, or not the other foot, for the inner lining.
I don't know. Is it? Are they pants?
Yeah.
Seriously?
No, you'll see. Look how big this is.
Oh, that's one shoe?
But when you felt it, it shrinks. But yeah, this is one shoe.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know how much. To my understanding, if you just keep washing it or drying it or something, it will just continue to shrink. I don't know if that's true. Hello guys, it is the next day, and late last night I finished my first slipper. I realized soon into this process that I'm not going to be able to make both slippers in this video, but I am so excited to see the felting process that I think we're just going to try to felt this one. I'm glad that I watched a little felting process video. I just watched this girl do it on TikTok, and it was kind of funny because I was gonna go into it kind of blind because all the pattern said was felt away. And to my understanding, felting was just like throwing it in the washer and dryer. But the video I watched, the girl used like wool wash and soaked it and then just put it in the dryer, and didn't put it in the dryer by itself. She put it in the dryer with some towels. So I probably would not have thought of doing that on my own. So we're gonna go through that whole process, and hopefully by the end of today, this will be a beautiful single slipper, and then I will be able to make another one if it turns out well, because I don't want to make two of them if it's not what I was going for anyways. In the video, the girl said she felted it or like had it in the dryer for 2 hours. I was like, is that just like what you have to do if it needs to shrink a lot? I don't know. I don't want to be drying this for 2 hours, but this is my first time, so we'll see what happens. Guys, I forgot how bad wool smells when you're blocking it and like it gets all wet. It smells like a wet animal because it is a wet animal. But I'm gonna leave this in here for like maybe 20 minutes just to soak, and then once we rinse it out, we'll throw it in the dryer, and that's when the exciting stuff starts to happen. Alright guys, I just started the dryer. I'm gonna do 20-minute increments. I honestly think it's gonna take a lot longer, probably over an hour just based on the video I watched, but there's no harm in checking sooner. Plus, I wanna see the progress. The 20 minutes are up. Let me go check on my single slipper. That did nothing. It's so small. It's been in there for like 60 minutes total. It's still not felted fully, but it definitely shrunk a good amount. I'm gonna throw it in there for another 40 minutes. It's starting to get tighter. Guys, it is so much later and I've genuinely washed these. I also re-wet them and washed them again. It's probably been like 2 hours of drying them, but it is starting to work. I can still see the stitches, but this is the most progress I've made, and it feels so like stiff and sturdy. Like this might actually fit my foot. It actually still feels a tiny bit damp, but I'm gonna see how this fits as a slipper first. But I think no matter what, I'll probably dry it just a little bit longer. But wow, seeing the magic happen is something. Definitely coming together. It's still big and it still could be felted a little more, so I'm gonna put it back in, but this is the best progress I've had so far. Genuinely been drying this all day, but look how much it's shrunken. It's so cute. My single slipper. All right guys, I'm gonna end off this video here. My apologies that I took a little bit of a break. It was very unintentional. I actually thought making this was gonna go so much faster, but it was honestly just me. I got so busy that I wasn't able to knit quite as much. And so this project vlog took a little while to film and edit, and it's not even really finished because I only made one shoe. But I will say I would much rather have it this way and have a success with my first time felting, because this is so cool to me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you were crafting with me during this video, let me know what you're making in the comment. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.